Hi, it's Fisher from Sewmate. Welcome to my channel. If you want to see how I make this tank dress, please stay tuned. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that next time I upload my videos, you'll be notified. You will need a dartless bodice block or a no dart bodice block to do this. I've got a tutorial on this channel on how you can make one. So we'll be using the front pattern for both the back and front. It doesn't really matter. So first, trace around your pattern as usual. Lift your pattern. Square in your waistline, and from the hemline extend your dress length to your desired length. I'm adding 50 centimeters. Square a line across and square another line down from the hip line there, like I'm doing. From the neckline, go down 12.5 centimeters and put a mark. Square a little line across, so 12.5 centimeters. From the neck shoulder point, go about 3 centimeters, put a mark, square a little line down. We're going to have a shoulder width of 5 centimeters, put another mark, so 5 centimeters there. Coming back to the neckline again, go 2.5 centimeters up from the previous line we squared and square another line across. This will be our back neckline. So that's our front neckline and our back neckline. So 2.5 centimeters up for our back neckline. Get your curved ruler and draw a nice curve there for our neckline, both the back and front, like I'm doing there. Coming to the armhole, we're gonna go up 0.5 centimeters and in by 1 centimeter to adjust for a sleeveless armhole. Put a mark there and square a little line across. Now get your curved ruler and join these 2 points, like I'm doing here. Next, join this new point to the waistline with a straight line. I want my tank dress to be a little bit loose at the waistline there, so I'm just gonna go out by 1 centimeter and just make a nice curve there. I'm just cancelling these lines there, showing that I'm not gonna use them, and cut around the pattern as I'm showing you here. So this will serve as both the center front and center back. Now we're gonna put the center front and center back on fold. And I'm adding my grain line, but just be careful with knits because you want the part that's got a lot of stretch to go around your body for more comfort. So you use your own discretion. Just adding notches there and labeling my pattern, tank dress, cut 1 on fold for both the back and front. And I put my initial, just applying my notches there. Our patterns are finished, but remember when cutting that the higher neckline is for the back and the lower neckline is for the front. And now we're moving on to sewing. So now we're moving on to sewing our tank dress. This is going to be a very quick and easy project for us to do. So what you need is your pattern. As you know, we're gonna use the same pattern to cut the back and front, okay? And you also need your fabric. I've got this beautiful jersey fabric, and I've got my cutting tools as usual. So now let's move on to cutting, okay? So I'm gonna start with cutting the back. So we'll use this high neckline and all around. Okay, let's do that. So now we're going to cut our front pattern. So what we're gonna do is to cut along this line here first. I'm going to be finishing my armhole and neckline with a bias binding, so I'm just going to cut my binding strips. I'll be using 2.5 centimeters for my strips. I'll just cut as long as I can. It's stretchy fabric, so you don't really need to look for the true bias actually. So I'm just going to do that now. So now we've got both our back and front pieces cut, and we've got some bias strips as well for the armholes and the neckline. So the first thing we're gonna do is to lay our fabrics right sides together like I've done here. So we're gonna go to our sage or sewing machine. When you're using a sewing machine, make sure to use the zigzag stitch so that you can be able to have some stretch in your fabric, okay? So we're gonna start with the shoulders. On one shoulder, you're gonna start halfway to the end, okay? Lift the side for the neckline here open, okay? So halfway to the end, and on the other shoulder, you're gonna go the whole way. Let's do that now. Okay, so that's done. So I've just sewn one side fully and the other one I've just left a little bit open here at the end so that I can be able to put my bias binding right round. So next we're going to sew on our bias binding finishings for the neckline and the armholes. So just open your pattern like I've done here with your right sides up and just sew on your bias binding to the whole armhole and the other one, and open your pattern where we left the little gap here and put on your bias binding all the way, okay? When you finish, you're going to take this side that we didn't finish properly, put it right sides together like this, and then just finish off sewing this side, okay? Let's do that. So I finished sewing along the neckline and the armholes. So next we're going to sew along the side seams with right sides together. Use your zigzag stitch if you don't have an overlocker. I'll be using an overlocker for mine. Let's do that. Okay, so our side seams are all finished, nicely overlocked. The last thing we're gonna do is to hem our dress. So what you're gonna do is to overlock right round and then just turn it under by 1 centimeter and then give it a twin needle hemming. Okay, we'll do that now. Okay, so our tank dress is finished. I finished off with hemming the dress. I did a twin needle stitching as you can see here. I also went ahead and did a twin needle stitching along the armholes here and along the neckline as well, okay, just for styling. And I'm so happy with the result now. Thank you.